that's not a particularly strong move, because you can easily defend this pawn with a pawn, but what's the second move rule? The knight. You can develop a knight that matches this knight. Also, your pawn can advance. That's not a very safe place, but what's the second move rule? Develop your knight, create balance in the center. That's key. Balance in the center as fast as you can to the second move rule for black. So what happens if they play the queen knight? Lovely. Now you may not be able to see it on the video, but it's at knight to c3. I hope you're following through these videos with the pawn. Now the knight is threatening this square and this square, these two squares. So what do you do with black's second move rule? Is you play out the knight that creates balance in the center. This knight is now creating balance. Okay? Also, it protects the pawn if he wants to advance. And there's all sorts of things that can happen from here, but you don't need to worry about that. You use your knights in the second move to create balance with their forces and their knights. Now, we're not going to get into the third move rule into this video, but it's all about speed of development. Okay? So the faster you develop, the better. Okay? And remember, the development count. This is my final secret, my final thought. You don't want to fall behind. You're already behind with black. You don't want them getting too many pieces ahead of you and play with your pawns too much in the center if you're a beginner. If you're, the rule is, the first move rule is move at least one pawn. Try and occupy the center, control the center as much as you can. Rule number 2 is develop one of your knights to mirror, to match them up, to stare across the field diagonally from them and fight for the center squares with your knights. Try and stabilize, try and develop and castle early. Alright, so take care. I hope you liked black's second move rule. It's simple. I'll repeat it one more time quickly. If they play a pawn, you play a pawn and match it, as you know. If they develop their king knight, attacking your loose pawn, you develop your queen knight in response, because you're fighting for these two dark squares, because it's all about the center. If they bring out this knight, you bring out your king knight, and you battle for these two light center squares. And it goes same for queen pawn. You match them. If they bring out the knight, attacking the dark squares, you can bring out your knight and fight for those dark squares. You can even bring out the same knight. But the second move rule is play with your knights. Don't play too many pawn moves in the opening. Remember, you're not safe until all your pieces are developed. Alright. Okay, take care, and I hope you found this very informative. Now, if you're a beginner, you've got rule number 1. I hope you've written it down. And you've got rule number 2. I hope you've written that down. If not, I will put it in the description below and you can copy and paste. And also check out the other links below, the other playlists, and don't be afraid to leave your questions, criticisms. I appreciate it all. I don't know much about lighting and all those different things, but I do know chess. And if you are with me and you trust me, I will help take you through to mastery. I will help you learn how to go from a beginner to a master. Now, finally, thank you so much for hitting the doobie-doos and the subscribes and the likes and the comments. I appreciate it so much. So take care, everyone. All right, bye.